everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Navigating Change. I'm Sophia, and joining me is Mason.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. Today, we're diving into a really important topic, change management.
That's right. Change management is all about how organizations handle transitions and transformations. It's a crucial skill for any business. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's talk about what change management actually means.
Absolutely. Change management involves planning, implementing, and overseeing changes in an organization. The goal is to make sure that changes are smoothly and successfully implemented.
Exactly. And it's not just about making changes happen, but also about managing how people adapt to these changes. It's all about minimizing disruption and helping everyone get on board with the new direction.
Right. And there are a few key phrases and concepts that come up a lot in change management. Let's go over some of those now.
One important term is stakeholders. Stakeholders are individuals or groups who have an interest in the outcome of a project or change. For instance, if a company is implementing a new software system, employees, managers, and even customers can be stakeholders.
That's a great point. Another key term is communication plan. This is a strategy for how information about the change will be shared with everyone involved. It's important to keep everyone informed and engaged.
Absolutely. Communication plan should include details on what information will be shared, when, and through which channels. This helps in reducing uncertainty and resistance to change.
Speaking of resistance, that's another term we should touch on. Resistance to change refers to the reluctance of individuals or groups to adapt to new methods or practices. It's a natural reaction, but managing it effectively is key to successful change management.
Yes, and one way to manage resistance is through training and support. Providing proper training helps people understand the new changes and how they will affect their work. Support ensures they have the resources they need to adapt.
Training and support are essential for helping employees feel confident and capable during transitions. Now, let's talk about the change management process.
The change management process usually involves several stages. These might include preparing for change, managing the change, and reinforcing the change. Each stage has specific activities and goals.
Right. In the preparation phase, you might assess the impact of the change and develop a plan. During the management phase, you execute the plan and monitor progress. Finally, in the reinforcement phase, you ensure that the changes are sustained over time.
And don't forget about feedback. Gathering feedback from stakeholders throughout the process helps you understand how the change is being received and if any adjustments are needed.
Absolutely. Feedback is crucial for continuous improvement. So, let's put these concepts into a bit of context with a short example.
Sure. Imagine a company is switching to a new project management tool. The change management process would start with assessing how this tool will impact different departments. They'd then develop a communication plan to keep everyone informed and provide training to ensure everyone knows how to use the new tool.
Exactly. As the new tool is rolled out, the company would manage the transition, address any issues that arise, and gather feedback to make necessary adjustments.
And, of course, the final step is to reinforce the change by integrating the new tool into everyday practices and ensuring it's used effectively.
That's a perfect example of how change management works in action. So, in summary, change management is about planning and managing transitions effectively, communicating well, and supporting everyone through the process.
Absolutely. We hope this gives you a solid understanding of the basics of change management. In the next part of our podcast, we'll dive deeper into specific strategies and techniques used in managing change.
Yes, we'll explore practical tips and real-life examples to help you get a clearer picture of how to implement change management successfully.
Sounds like a plan. Now, we're diving into some practical strategies and techniques to handle change effectively.
That's right. We'll be discussing various methods that can help organizations and individuals manage change smoothly. Let's start with the popular strategy, the ADKAR model.
The ADKAR model is a framework for managing change. It stands for awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, and reinforcement. Each component represents a crucial part of the change process.
That's a great place to start. Let's break down each component. Awareness is about understanding why the change is needed.
Yes, creating awareness helps people understand the reasons behind the change. For example, if a company is changing its software, employees need to know why the new software is necessary. Maybe it's to improve efficiency or security.
Exactly. The next component is desire. This is about creating a willingness to support and participate in the change.
Desire is crucial because if people don't want to be part of the change, it can be very challenging to implement. Organizations might create incentives or involve employees in the planning process to build this desire.
Moving on to knowledge, this is about providing the information and training needed to understand and implement the change.
Yes, knowledge is essential for ensuring everyone knows how to adapt to the new processes or tools. For instance, if new software is introduced, employees need to be trained on how to use it effectively.
The fourth component is ability. This involves having the skills and resources to apply the new knowledge.
Ability is where practice and support come into play. People need to practice using the new tools or processes and have access to help if they encounter difficulties.
Finally, we have reinforcement. This is about ensuring that the change is sustained over time.
Exactly. Reinforcement includes recognizing and rewarding efforts to adapt to the change, as well as providing ongoing support to maintain the new practices.
Another important strategy is the Kotter's 8-step change model. This model offers a step-by-step approach to managing change.
That's a well-known model. The 8 steps are: creating a sense of urgency, forming a powerful coalition, developing a vision and strategy, communicating the vision, empowering broad-based action, generating short-term wins, consolidating gains and producing more change, and anchoring new approaches in the culture.
Let's go through these steps. Creating a sense of urgency involves making people understand why change is necessary and why it needs to happen now.
This step helps to build momentum and get everyone on board. For example, if a company needs to improve its customer service, highlighting current issues can create a sense of urgency.
Forming a powerful coalition means bringing together a group of influential people to lead and support the change.
Yes, having strong leaders and advocates can help drive the change forward and convince others to follow.
The next step is developing a vision and strategy. This involves creating a clear and compelling vision for the future and a plan for how to achieve it.
A clear vision helps guide the change process and provides a goal for everyone to work towards.
Communicating the vision is about sharing the vision and strategy with everyone involved. It's important to communicate clearly and frequently.
Effective communication ensures that everyone understands the change and their role in it. It helps reduce confusion and resistance.
Empowering broad-based action means removing obstacles and providing the resources and authority needed for people to act on the change.
This step helps people take action and implement the change. It might involve adjusting processes or providing additional training.
Generating short-term wins involves achieving and celebrating small successes along the way.
Celebrating small victories keeps people motivated and shows that progress is being made.
Consolidating gains and producing more change means building on the initial successes to drive further changes.
This helps to ensure that the change is not just a temporary fix, but becomes a part of the organization's culture.
Finally, anchoring new approaches in the culture involves making the new changes a permanent part of the organization's way of doing things.
That's right. Integrating changes into the culture ensures that they are sustained and continue to be effective over time.
Another useful technique is change impact analysis. This involves assessing how the change will affect different parts of the organization and identifying potential challenges.
Change impact analysis helps to prepare for and address any issues that might arise. It's a proactive approach to managing change.
And don't forget about stakeholder engagement. Involving stakeholders throughout the change process ensures their support and addresses their concerns.
Engaging stakeholders helps to build trust and reduces resistance to change. It's important to listen to their feedback and involve them in decision-making.
Effective change management involves using strategies like the ADKAR model and Kotter's 8-step model, by conducting impact analyses and engaging stakeholders.
Now, we're diving into some real-life examples and case studies to see how these concepts work in practice.
Yes, looking at real-life examples helps us understand how change management strategies are applied. Let's start with the well-known example, the transition to remote work.
That's a great example. Many companies had to manage a sudden shift to remote work due to the pandemic. This change required effective management to ensure business continuity and employee well-being.
Absolutely. Let's break it down using the ADKAR model. First, there was a need to create awareness about why remote work was necessary.
Right. The pandemic created a clear and urgent need for remote work to ensure health and safety. Communicating this urgency was key to getting everyone on board.
Next, the company had to build desire among employees to work remotely.
Many employees were initially resistant to working from home due to concerns about productivity and isolation. Addressing these concerns and highlighting the benefits, such as flexibility and safety, helped build desire.
For knowledge, companies provided training on how to use new tools and technologies for remote work.
Yes, training sessions on video conferencing tools, remote collaboration platforms, and cybersecurity practices were essential for ensuring employees could work effectively from home.
Ability involved making sure employees had the right equipment and support to work remotely.
Providing laptops, setting up VPNs, and ensuring reliable internet access were all part of this step. It was crucial for enabling employees to do their jobs effectively from home.
Finally, reinforcement included regular check-ins, feedback, and support to ensure that remote work practices were sustained.
This might involve regular virtual team meetings, addressing any ongoing issues, and celebrating milestones achieved while working remotely.
Another interesting case is the introduction of a new customer relationship management CRM system at a large company. Let's explore how Kotter's 8-step model applied here.
Sure, the first step was creating a sense of urgency. The company needed a new CRM system to improve customer service and sales.
Right. They communicated the problems with the old system and the benefits of the new one to create a sense of urgency.
The next step was forming a powerful coalition. The company assembled a team of influential leaders from different departments to lead the change.
Then, they developed a vision and strategy for the new CRM system, outlining how it would improve efficiency and customer interactions.
Communication was key here. They communicated the vision through emails, meetings, and training sessions to ensure everyone understood the goals and their role in the transition.
Empowering broad-based action involved removing obstacles such as outdated processes and providing additional resources to support the new CRM system.
They also generated short-term wins by celebrating the successful implementation of key features and improvements in customer interactions.
Consolidating gains meant building on these successes to enhance the system further and expand its use across the organization.
Finally, they anchored new approaches in the culture by integrating the CRM system into daily practices and recognizing teams that effectively used it.
Another example is a company that needed to update its production processes to reduce waste and increase efficiency. They used change impact analysis to assess how the changes would affect different departments.
That's a great application of change impact analysis. They identified potential challenges, such as workflow disruptions and training needs, and developed strategies to address these issues.
They also engaged stakeholders throughout the process to ensure their support and gather feedback. This helped to address concerns and make necessary adjustments.
Yes, involving stakeholders is crucial for gaining their buy-in and ensuring a smoother transition. Feedback from employees can provide valuable insights and help fine-tune the change process.
Effective change management involves understanding and applying strategies like ADKAR and Kotter's 8-step model, the conducting impact analyses, and engaging stakeholders. Real-life examples show how these strategies work in practice.
Now, we'll review the key takeaways from our discussion on change management, explore some common challenges, and offer tips for managing change effectively.
It's been a great journey exploring change management. Let's start by summarizing the key points we've covered.
Sure, first, we talked about the DKAR model, which includes awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, and reinforcement. These are crucial components for managing change successfully.
That's right. Creating awareness involves making sure everyone understands why the change is needed. Building desire is about motivating people to support the change. Providing knowledge means giving the necessary information and training. Ensuring ability means making sure people have the skills and resources needed. And reinforcement is about maintaining the change over time.
Then we discussed Kotter's 8-step model, which includes creating a sense of urgency, forming a coalition, developing a vision, communicating the vision, empowering action, generating short-term wins, consolidating gains, and anchoring new approaches in the culture.
Yes, these steps provide a structured approach to managing change. Creating a sense of urgency helps get everyone on board. Forming a coalition involves building a team of supporters. Developing and communicating a vision helps guide the change. Empowering action means removing obstacles and providing support. Celebrating short-term wins keeps motivation high. Consolidating gains helps to build on successes, and anchoring the change ensures it becomes a permanent part of the organization.
We also looked at the change impact analysis and the importance of stakeholder engagement. Change impact analysis helps identify how changes will affect different parts of an organization, while stakeholder engagement ensures that everyone involved supports the change and their concerns are addressed.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about some common challenges in change management and how to overcome them.
One common challenge is resistance to change. People often resist change because they fear the unknown or feel that their routines are being disrupted.
Yes. Resistance can be a significant obstacle. To overcome it, it's important to involve people in the change process and address their concerns. Effective communication is key here.
Another challenge is lack of resources. Sometimes, organizations may not have the necessary resources, such as time, money, or personnel, to implement change effectively.
To manage this, it's important to plan carefully and prioritize resources. Sometimes, reallocating resources or seeking additional support can help.
Inadequate training is also a common issue. If people aren't trained properly, they might struggle to adapt to new systems or processes.
Providing thorough and ongoing training is essential. This ensures that everyone has the knowledge and skills needed to implement and sustain the change.
Poor communication can also hinder change efforts. If the reasons for the change and the benefits are not communicated clearly, people might not understand or support the change.
Clear and frequent communication is crucial. Use various channels to share information and keep everyone updated on the progress of the change.
Let's end with some tips for effective change management.
First, plan thoroughly. A detailed plan helps to anticipate challenges and allocate resources effectively.
Second, involve key stakeholders early in the process. Their input and support can make a big difference in the success of the change.
Third, communicate clearly and often. Keep everyone informed and address any concerns promptly.
Fourth, provide adequate training and support to ensure that everyone can adapt to the new changes.
Fifth, celebrate successes. Recognizing and celebrating milestones helps to maintain motivation and commitment.
And finally, be adaptable. Be prepared to adjust your approach based on feedback and changing circumstances.
Those are excellent tips. Effective change management is about careful planning, clear communication, and ongoing support.
We hope you found these insights useful. Change can be challenging, but with the right approach, it can also be an opportunity for growth and improvement.
Thanks for joining us on this exploration of change management. We've enjoyed discussing these concepts and sharing practical tips with you.
Stay tuned for more episodes on interesting and valuable topics. Until next time.
Take care, and good luck with managing change in your own lives and organizations.